You know, when you're on a video call and there's that super annoying 2-second delay? That's the signal literally traveling tens of thousands of kilometers up to a satellite and all the way back down. Okay, let's get into this. But what if that delay just vanished? What if the satellite was so close to Earth it felt like you were plugged directly into a fiber optic cable? Well, that's the whole revolution behind low Earth orbit, or LEO. Today, we're zeroing in on Starlink, the system that has completely changed the game by bringing satellites right to our doorstep, even providing connectivity in the middle of a war zone. Let's break down how this is reshaping, well, everything. All right, we've talked about the big picture idea. So now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty and define exactly what Starlink is. So, at its heart, Starlink is this huge constellation of satellites in low Earth orbit, and it's all built and operated by SpaceX. The mission is pretty simple, but also incredibly ambitious: to deliver high-speed, low-latency internet to literally every single corner of the globe. And the scale we're talking about is just staggering. I mean, the growth since that first launch back in 2019 has been absolutely explosive. We're now looking at over 6,000 active satellites up there, serving more than 3 million users. But its true power was proven when it became a resilient communications lifeline in active conflict zones. So, what's the secret sauce? What really makes Starlink so different from the traditional satellite systems we're used to? Well, it really boils down to a few key characteristics that just fundamentally change how this stuff works. First things first, it is all about altitude. Starlink satellites are flying really low, between 340 and 570 kilometers up. This close proximity is the whole key. It absolutely slashes the signal travel time, what we call latency, down to just 20 to 40 milliseconds. That's practically the same as the fiber optic cable running into your house. And because you have this blanket of thousands of satellites covering the whole globe, the system can deliver high-speed internet to places that were just off limits before. We're talking about super remote areas, ships out in the middle of the ocean, and even contested military environments where all the ground infrastructure has been knocked out. The tech on board is also a game changer. The satellites use these advanced phased array antennas. Now think of them like a super smart spotlight that can aim its beam of data with pinpoint precision. This lets them dynamically steer signals to users on the ground, or in a plane, or on a boat, all without any physical moving parts. It's fast, it's efficient, and it's incredibly flexible. And this right here is probably the most impressive part. The satellites talk to each other with lasers. They use these optical links to form a mesh network up in space. This means data can just hop from satellite to get across the globe, which cuts down on the need for a ground station at every single step. So what does all this amazing technology actually deliver? Speed. For a typical user, you're looking at download speeds anywhere from 50 to 250 megabits per second, and the military versions can push that even higher, making the system perfect for real-time stuff like command and control, streaming live intelligence data, or even piloting unmanned aircraft. Okay, so having thousands of satellites zipping around Earth obviously brings up some pretty serious questions about safety, right? I mean, how on earth does SpaceX manage a mega constellation like this? Well, they have a three-pronged approach. First, they have something called a visor set, which is basically a sunshade to make the satellites less bright, so they don't mess with astronomy. Second, each satellite has its own electric thrusters, so it can move itself around and, really importantly, safely deorbit at the end of its life so it doesn't become space junk. And third, they have an autonomous collision avoidance system that automatically dodges any space debris. And the timeline for all this has been just incredibly fast. The first launch was in May 2019. A year later, they were already in public beta. But the moment that really showed its power was in 2022, when Starlink was rapidly activated over a conflict zone, restoring vital communications almost overnight. And the tech just keeps getting better, with newer satellites offering more capacity and stronger defenses against jamming. Okay, to really make sure this all sinks in, let's do a direct head-to-head comparison between these new LEO constellations and the old-school GEO satellites. And here's the perfect way to think about it. Imagine you're a pilot flying a drone from thousands of miles away. With a traditional high-altitude GEO satellite, that signal delay means your commands get there seconds too late. With Starlink's LEO system, the delay is pretty much zero. We're talking the difference between precision control and a total disaster. Let's just look at the raw numbers. The difference is just wow. Check out the altitude. under 600 kilometers for LEO versus over 35,000 for GEO. That directly creates this massive gap in latency, 20 milliseconds versus almost 500. And look at the rest. LEO uses that flexible space-based laser network with small terminals, while GEO is stuck with these giant fixed dishes on the ground. It's a whole different world. All right, to really lock this in your brain, let's build a super simple diagram together. Grab a pen if you want to follow along. First step, just draw a curved line at the bottom of your page. That's Earth. Easy enough. Okay, next, draw a dotted line really close above the Earth. Let's label that LEO, 340 to 570 kilometers, and just pop a little satellite on that line. Now draw another dotted line, but this time way, way further away from the Earth. Label that one GEO, 35,000 plus kilometers, and put another little satellite up there. The visual distance between them is the whole point. All right, step 4. From the Earth, draw a short little zigzag arrow that goes up to your LEO satellite and back down. Right next to it, write low latency 20 to 40 ms. And for the final step, draw a really long zigzag arrow that goes all the way up to that distant GEO satellite and all the way back down. Label that one high latency 477 ms plus. And there you have it. In 5 simple steps, you've just drawn the fundamental difference that drives this entire technological revolution. So let's do a super quick recap. Starlink, it's a LEO constellation for global, high-speed, low-latency internet. Its low altitude is the secret sauce for that near-instant response time. It uses awesome tech like phased array antennas and laser links to create a real-life mesh network in space. And finally, it's managed safely and is always evolving to be tougher and more capable. I'll leave you with a final question to think about. After everything we've covered, why would a military see a space-based mesh network, one that uses lasers to talk between satellites, as a huge strategic advantage over a system that's completely dependent on vulnerable stations on the ground? Just let that sink in.